London Reels. Way better idea. Sponsored by Xbrain. Every day I come into the studio, there's literally a million things to do. Whether it's booking a guest, taping a show, editing an episode, or trying to pitch that future sponsor. It's hard to know where to begin. So I took a tip from Martin Bjerregaard, our former guest, and I create a today list. It's not a to-do list, but it's those 3 things that you want to get done today. The ones you've been putting off, the phone calls you know you have to make. I focus on those, and I usually find I have a productive one. I hope that works for you. Today's Way Better Idea is brought to you by the guys at Xbrain. If you want to check out their grass-fed, free-range protein powder, you can go to xbrain.co.uk or click on the link below and get 15% off. Use the code LondonReal. Peace!
You always dealt in cannabis, which is kind of more of, like you said, like more of a peace and love, not even a drug, something you thought everyone should have. But still, you're dealing in major quantities, around the world. You have tension when something's coming into Shannon Airport and customs isn't going to get it. And ultimately, you're dealing with big places, mafia organizations, IRAs and stuff. And it's always strange to me that you never had potentially what would be a violent incident with anyone, because with that much money gets exchanged, it seems like it happens in any organization. But how did you avoid that? I know you were always known as being a solid businessman and a very good guy.
Not a rip-off artist,
which I guess is the key of doing any good business.
Yes. I mean, that doesn't apply just to illegal business. That applies to anything, I think. And also, I think running across the mafia isn't restricted to illegal business either. I mean, whether you're a fashion designer or a motor car manufacturer, particularly in Italy, you will run across the mafia.
Right. We've seen in Japan with
Yakuza.
What was it? Nikon, one of their big camera companies.
Yes, that's right.
All Yakuza backed.
It's so interwoven in Japan. It's one and the same.
No, for sure it is. Yeah. And so that's going to happen anyway, I think. It's just if you rise to the top of any organization or on the way up there, you're going to come across some criminal organization that has got their fingers in there. Getting back to my own dealings with the mafia, I mean, it was mainly the people who ran, the Gambino family who ran Queens, which is where Kennedy Airport is in. And it was, before they started bringing in dope there with me, they'd be sort of perhaps making videos or, stealing stuff and selling, fencing them off.
Like Goodfellas kind of stuff.
Yes. Very much sort of Goodfellas kind of stuff.
Not organized stuff, just clipping pieces here and there.
Yes. Skimming, basically skimming, but with products as well as money. And, they would not invest a penny. So there's never any question of them losing any investment.
Okay.
I would get the stuff on credit or pay for it to send it to them. They would keep 25% of it until I'd sold the other 75%. That was their cut. Once I'd sold the other 75%, I would just give them the money for the 25% that they were holding. So, not that it would occur to me to fuck them or cheat them in any way, anyway, but
you couldn't.
I couldn't.
Because it was almost like almost they had secured.
Yeah. So if I went completely mad,
right,
those fucking mafias are going to rip them off for all they can. There was no way I could.
So that would literally be like a hold for you to be able to do business in that area.
Yes.
You'd be giving him that. Would they be doing anything, as in sorting runners out, a place to keep it?
No.
They literally.
Okay.
We're going to keep this.
Yeah, we're going to keep.
It.
Here's how it kept. How do you want to pick up yours? They would deliver it.
And then you'd sell the 25 and give them the money.
What?
And then you'd have to sell the 25%.
I'd sell 75%.
Yes.
Okay, because they had their money.
And they just sell there.
They were quite happy to wait.
Yeah.
They're sitting on an asset. Right. They wouldn't want to. They would never cheat either. I found them utterly honourable people to deal with.
Dodgy, honest.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you never thought to yourself, "Oh, Howard, you're getting involved in the Gambino family. What are you thinking?" Did you ever?
No,
think
I
that
loved that element of it. I was aware of that, and I used to be fascinated with organised crime before. As a kid, reading about it and all that. So I was very aware that this is heavy, but just found it very, very satisfactory and comforting.
Okay. Fair enough.
And as long as you went by the rules, why would they
Yes,
you know, they're making money for nothing.
Yeah.
So as long as you're just getting on with it, they're getting their share.
Yes, and I was, you know, definitely more useful to them alive than dead.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which is always a comforting thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would imagine. Jesus.
You know, London Real presents Adam Scorgi, the producer of The Union, the business of getting high.
Stop. Watch The Union, then we'll have a rational discussion. But don't argue with me until you've learned some facts.
Marijuana is just a weed, and marijuana is worth more ounce for ounce than gold.
You're the pot guys, right? We did a pot film, right, that was thought-provoking and entertaining, but that doesn't make us pot guys.
Now he brings you the culture high.
Things don't add up, they don't work. We can't just keep banging our head against a brick wall and expecting it to change. We have to start looking at alternative models. What those are, who knows?
The Culture High is the documentary that will tear into the very fiber of the longest fought war of our time.
This Sunday, London Real presents Adam Scorgi, the culture high.
The only thing that really seems to make sense is that none of this makes any sense.